Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. Schifferbooks.com is the website here on the side. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested. Supportive Oracle Cards. You Are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Alright. Yep. And the website is rockpoolpublishing.com.au is an apple, use an umbrella. I also use dice. I have a 22-sided dice. I substitute 22 for 0 for the Fool. And I use a 14-sided dice for the Minor Arcana, and I use a 4-sided dice to choose the element. This is where they came from. I want to say this is Math Art Fun, the dice shop, mathartfun.com. Hopefully you can read that if you want to read that. Alright. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's james4astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much, and let's get into your reading. Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Sagittarius? Slap. Alright. I'll get through the whole thing before I open my mouth about it. Theoretically. Okay, almost there. I already want to start talking about it, but like I'm holding it back. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting is that there's a lot of calamity around the situation. I don't think this is new. But you seem to do well weaving through it. This situation has there's like, the Ten of Swords here is like it's about something goes wrong. Things go wrong. Things go wrong constantly. But it's almost like your involvement in it is to try to like keep it from completely failing. I almost feel like a revolving door. Something like people coming, people going, people coming, people going. Something like that. The social atmosphere keeps changing in some respect. Not the whole thing. There might be a core that stays the same, but there's new people just keep coming and people keep going. People keep coming, people keep going. People keep coming, people keep going. And I feel like you knew this. Like when this started, what was Sagittarius' connection to that? I don't think that's upsetting to you. It doesn't matter if I like it, it's going to be what it's going to be. I don't have any control over it. You got the Star card reversed, and you got the Four of Cups. It's not the worst situation, but also I feel like I don't know all the details, and I don't expect to. I don't know all the details, I don't expect to, is what I'm also getting. This is a very, it feels very heavy to me. But you do everything you can to put it where it's supposed to be. You try to keep it where it's supposed to go. You do put a lot of effort into this. And to you it's very important, but also it's like I don't feel like you're constantly in the line of fire. I feel like you're kind of moving around it. I feel like I'm working around it constantly. I'm trying to make things better. It's kind of like sometimes it's after the calamity, I'm cleaning up the pieces. Sometimes I'm trying to get in there before anything goes wrong, and I'm trying to set it up so either it doesn't happen, or if it has to happen, it won't be at least as bad. I feel more support. Like I'm trying to correct the situation, but like I'm not involved in the actual commotion. I'm just like working before it and after it and around it. Like I'm just trying to help the situation without being directly in it. Even though I almost feel like I might argue that, well, I kind of directly am in it. It's just the way you're dealing with it. It's like I don't feel like people are attacking me directly. Does that make sense? I feel like people aren't coming for me directly, but I'm constantly in the middle of this thing, and I'm kind of weaving in and out from it. And I feel like the current energy is like, I have accepted this. And this is just what I have to do right now. This acceptance card is usually like advice. I feel like it's trying to give another dimension, kind of like I feel stuck in this, but I also feel like this is where I should be anyway. I feel like it's important that I do this. Okay. What's this current energy here? Because it seems like something good is happening. So it's the 9 of Major Arcana reversed. That's the Hermit card reversed. And then the King of Pentacles reversed. The King of Pentacles is either holding on to something longer than necessary. Yeah, I kind of think that. Maybe, okay. So you got the King of Pentacles reversed on the dice. You got the King of Cups showing up on the cards right side up. 6 of Cups talks about like history of situation, how long it's been going on. There's also the 10 of Wands here. Struggling but succeeding, struggling but succeeding. This situation, whatever it is, it's past. I don't feel like we need to be a part of it anymore. This situation, it's past its prime. I don't feel like you need to be a part of it anymore. When I say that, I don't see you going, oh, okay, and just picking up, standing up, and walking out the room. Like, okay, I don't need to? All right, then here I go, and I'm out. I don't see you doing that. Like, oh, all right, then, I'll just leave then. Fine. There's more commotion going on around this situation. I don't feel like I need to be a part of it anymore. So the question is, what does that mean? Because I do feel like is there an opportunity, or is there just, what is going on? Like, how is this going to change for Sagittarius? A lot of question marks flying around here. Queen of Pentacles, half in, half out. And the Fool card, half in, half out. So, I feel like you have to make peace with this situation. The Devil card shows up. Now, for you, I feel like this is a very stale, very rigid, very stagnant energy that you don't really care for. This isn't working for you. The question is, why is it the Devil card? I don't feel like it's I don't know. I keep feeling like it's the situation kind of like, I feel like I'm getting to this point where, like, no matter what I do, it's always going to be what it is. Again, that revolving door energy, revolving door energy. No matter what I do, it's always going to be what it is. And while you have done good here, I feel like there might be a misconception. They're saying don't do this. Don't feel like you have to take care of everybody. Don't feel like you have to just keep here because you do make a difference. You do have a positive involvement. You do take care of a lot of people, but I feel like what this is also saying with the Goddess card here is like, you're not the only person that can do this, and you don't have to do this. The situation will be all right if you want to do something else. So they're saying don't keep yourself just going in rote routine, just kind of like, well, this is what I've done for X amount of years, so I guess I just might as well keep doing it. You don't have to have that. What they're saying to do with this situation, because this conflict never seems to end. It just seems like it never ends. It just literally never ends. Even if it seems like at some point it should get better or should change, it just never does. So the advice to handle this is, well, this card's first. Emperor card. The Emperor card is kind of like, what do you want from it? Let's think about what you want. Like, not about what's better for everybody else. What's best for Sagittarius? What does Sagittarius want? Most people, I shouldn't say that. There are people out there who they do their fair share and then they leave. There are people out there who don't do anything and just take what they can get and leave. But then there's people, I feel like your energy is kind of like you're just picking up the pieces that other people have left. They've just dropped and they've just walked away, so you keep picking them up. If you were going to have this the way you wanted to, would you still be here? Would you still be a part of this work, this friendship, this connection, whatever it is? And it's not about taking it to a negative place. Not to take it to a negative place, but like, if you could play this out the last 5 years, and you could have yourself in a different role, what role would that be? You know what I mean? Not like you're going to go back and do that, obviously, but Like, it's kind of like, instead of doing, if it's a job, for example, instead of doing this, I'd rather have done this other job. I would have loved to do that job. This job is stressful. I'd rather have done that job, but the more I did this job, the more I felt like I was needed here. Because you're probably going to trip into that thought. Step away from what you feel like you have to do and just ask yourself, if you were going to play it like everybody else does, what would you do? Because you've done more than enough. Balance your life out. Realize you've done more than enough. The appreciation is, ironically, you appreciating that you've done more than enough. Appreciate yourself. Appreciate that you've gone way beyond, way above and beyond that most people, is what I'm getting. Time for you to balance this out. Time for things to come back your way. What do you really want? What do you really want? That if you could remove your connection from this situation, what would you replace it with that you would enjoy? Because that's the first step on you changing the situation. I feel like what they're saying is like, if you want to, you can keep doing this. You can continue doing this. If you decide that's what I'm going to do, then that's what you're going to do. But they're also saying you've done more than enough. You've done more than enough. If you walk out of this role, somebody else will walk into it. You've done good. You've made things go well, but it doesn't have to be your whole life. I feel like just giving yourself that moment and being honest with yourself, like, this is what I would prefer, like really giving that thought some energy, you'll just start naturally moving towards it. It's going to be a moment where you're stuck. There's a moment coming up where you're stuck anyway. So I feel like this is why, because I'm like, why aren't we doing this now? Like, why aren't we having this thought now? I feel like it's coming down the road when we're having more difficulty and there's more problems. You're going to get stuck and you're going to have these thoughts anyway. Allow yourself to go down those paths. Allow yourself to change your life the way you want to. You could stay in this, is what they're saying. If you want to, and if you've convinced yourself that you need to, you will. They're saying that's not the truth, though. You don't have to. You can move on from this. Here's what's on the other side. First, it's like, the automatic writing is like, it's like automatically going towards something. You don't have to be literally writing things down, but your actions, Sagittarius just keeps moving. Once you decide what you actually want, you'll start looking into it. You'll start considering this. Let me see what that's about. Let me see what this is about. You'll get there. Your reward is waiting for you. It's going to take you a minute to detach yourself from whatever this is, but slowly but surely, I get that with this Hierophant card, like, you can detach yourself from this. Slowly but surely you will do that, and you'll get what you actually want. This could be just changing your connection to this role. It could be a dramatic leaving. I don't really know. It depends on you. It's a general read. But they're saying it's time to rewrite the story in a way that actually you enjoy. That Hierophant energy with the Knight of Cups is like you dedicating yourself to what you really want, taking the sure and steady steps, getting closer and closer and closer to it till you finally get what you actually want. But this is all hinging on you stepping back and giving yourself this thought, like, you know what, if I had a choice, I would remove this from my life, and this is what I would put in place of it. And what you would put in place of it, you'll start working towards, and you'll actually get it probably sooner than you expect. Other people may not like that, but that's because you're very good at what you do. Keep that in mind too. Especially if you notice, like, there's people, like, this is the environment. You have more success out there waiting for you. People might be holding back or trying to hold you back. It's weird because it's kind of like, I get the sense for some of you, like, other people criticize you left and right, but when you try to make a change, then they treat you as if you're abandoning the situation. Kind of like, well, if I wasn't doing it right to begin with, why are you upset that I'm leaving? Because you were doing a great job. You were keeping things moving. You were getting a lot done. And I just feel like there's a manipulation game. People might be upset that you're no longer willing to play that game. But that's for other people to work out. By you leaving the situation, people have to come together and find a different way to solve this. And that is best for this situation. When I'm getting this Ascended Masters, it's kind of like they're not going to be happy that you're going, whatever the situation is, if you change your connection. But this is a chance for those people to advance, those people to spiritually advance, and find a better way to work this situation out instead of putting it all on your shoulders. So I've heard this before with Sagittarians, like, you'll tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. Especially if it's a work situation, you'll leave a situation, and the situation you were doing by yourself, they have 3 other people doing. They had to hire, or at least they had to spread it out between 3 other people because one person couldn't do it. I'm just saying, you do really well. You got success out there waiting for you. All it takes is switching your mindset, realizing it's time for you to have something for you, and accepting that and allowing yourself to do it. You'll head towards it before you know it. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.